Those who are joining online, fine. How many of you have solved this problem that how to use images in Angular? Because till now we have given enough number of days for you to learn about it. Okay. Morning everyone. So today at first we are going to discuss how we can use images in Angular. Like how many ways are there? Simple way. So we are going to discuss how to use images in Angular. And there are lots of ways of doing it. And using images in Angular is different for all of the version of Angular. If you are using Angular version which is less than 14, you can keep image anywhere. Just write its relative path. It will work. If you are using Angular 16, you have to keep it in the public folder or the main folder. You can access it. But as of the latest version, Angular is improving the performance. For that, it is adjusting the uses of images. So if you are unaware of the problem that what we are talking about, so this is the header component and this is the HTML file and this is the corresponding CSS file. In this, we are just displaying a menu icon as an image and we are supposed to get this image. But to be surprised, we are not getting this image. Let me show you this also. What do you mean by ng? Angular. Very good. For the smaller screens, we are keeping that. Now for a smaller screen, this is what we are getting. For smaller screens, this is what we are getting. Like image is not loading here. And in the console also, you can check there are two errors. The first error is this one only, that it is failed to load menu.png, not found. But we are giving the right path also. Menu.png is in the same component. So there are ways of doing it. So the first way is we can use images in Angular by calling them in CSS file and then giving the URL. So you might have noticed that wherever we are giving URL, images are coming, right? For background images, we are writing background hyphen image URL and then we are writing the URL and it is working fine. So first way is this one only, that if you need to write it, but for everything we cannot go to the CSS. Now let's say if I want to use this image using CSS. So let me remove the src from here. ID is menu there. Open the CSS file. Now how you will write the URL of this? how you will write the URL of this background image. It's not a background image here. Everything we cannot write in the CSS file. Now, how we can write the image link in normal HTML file? And this is a thing that you should understand properly. For giving the for giving the static path of images in a HTML file requires several steps. Now, what are those steps? At first, go to your index.html file, whichever file is going to the browser. So this file is going to the browser. Here you check that base href equals to hyphen. Base href equals to hyphen. It is coming. What do you mean by href, base href? It means that if something is directly available in the base folder, you can just write hyphen. Let me give a clear glimpse of it. Now let's say this is your folder structure. You have a app folder, and then you have a public folder, then src folder, and then you are having a index.html file. Along with it, you have menu.png. Now, what is the meaning of this part that base href equals to hyphen? It means that if you are trying to use a file which is your sibling or which is the child of your parent, you can directly use it by slash. Let me tell you how. Let's say in this index.html file, you need to give the menu.png as image. So I will write image src equals to menu.png, and which is not working. We know base href is hyphen. Now, what does hyphen means? So if you are writing hyphen menu.png or simple menu.png, it will work. This is meant by this. If base href is written in this way, let's say base href is written in this way, dot hyphen. Now it means that you have to keep dot and slash to check your parent folder. You need to keep dot and then slash to check your parent folder. If you want to go one more out, dot slash, then you can check. So this is the rule. By default, it should be set to a simple slash, and it is slash only, which is fine. After that, let me write the steps. In the first step, create an assets folder in src directory. What we need to do at first, we need to create a assets folder where in src directory or simple src folder. So do it in the src folder. I will create a new folder and I will name it as assets. What do you mean by assets? Properties, right? Let's say you have a particular farmhouse and all these things are your assets, right? So at first you have to create a assets folder. Now let me keep that menu icon in the assets folder, right? So you can check menu icon is there. How you will use it? If you are thinking that directly you can use it, you cannot use it actually. If you are writing here menu.png and if you are thinking that by keeping one slash here it will come, so it will not come. Let's check it. So it is not coming. It will not come like this. In the next step, there is a second step here. Configure your angular.json file to tell the path of assets. To tell the path of assets. Now you have to tell your Angular also that boss, I have created a assets folder. Now if you want to use any image, please go to that folder. You have to tell your Angular. Previously it was not like this, but now they introduced in Angular 17, 18, 19. Like from last 1 year, we have this thing. Now let's check. First we have to find where is angular.json. So it is here, right? Directly you can open this file angular.json. It will open something like this. Inside this, search where is the assets part. So you can press Ctrl F and write here assets. So assets is coming here. Now check how assets are written. It is saying that assets are taking input from the public folder. Assets are taking input from the public folder. What does it mean? The assets will be taking input from the public folder. Here only, before this bracket, this one, just write the path that you have created. So what path you have created? You have created src slash assets and then keep a comma here. Now, at first, where Angular will search the assets? In the src slash assets folder, right? Angular will search the assets. At first, where it will search? In the assets folder. If it is not available in assets, then it will go to the public folder. Means in this folder it will go, right? Let's try it now. So here you have to write assets slash menu dot png. Means whatever your file name is. And let's try whether it's working or not. So now you can check that empty icon is not coming now. Why? Because our image is coming. Because image is black only, so it is not visible here. So let's download a menu icon which is in white color. Okay. So we will download a menu icon which is in white color. So I am changing its color to complete white. It will not be visible here. You can download it. And after that, I'll keep this icon in the same assets folder. Okay. I'll delete the previous icon and rename it as menu. Let's check this one now. Whenever you are making some changes in the assets, try to reload your system. Okay. So again, image is not coming and I think image is black color only. It didn't change. Now it is white color. So reload the server if it is not coming properly. So menu icon is coming now. This is how you use any particular image in Angular, right? This is how you use any particular image in Angular, and these are the steps involved here. First, you need to create an assets folder in the src directory. Then you have to configure your angular.json. In what way you have to configure? So let me copy this entire thing so that you can use it actually. Okay. So in this way, you need to add this src/assets. Now you know how to use images in Angular? No? Okay. Let's start building our application now. We need to develop the about page. Now you can quickly finish it because this was the only part that you don't know, right? So we are building the main component. Whatever image you want to use there, you can keep it inside the assets folder and then you can use it. Okay. So in the main component, first part was completed. Now let's create the second part. New CSS unit, SVH, DVH, LVH. No, we don't use anything like this. Yes, yes, Dhanush, you can change the name of the folder. Just tell your Angular that this is the folder. If you are Gaurav, if you are not getting the picture, rerun your program. Now let's create a div another for the second part, or actually it is the about part. Sometime you have to rerun your Angular application because it stores the cache memory, so it doesn't update it. In that, this is what you need to do. Background picture is there, right? Let's start doing. For this second, call it in CSS and how we create asset folder. Very good question. When wherever you want to create a folder, let's say I want to create in src. So click on src. Now src is selected. This is the folder icon, right? New folder. Click on this, name that folder, and it is created. Right? And we have that about picture also. I'll copy paste this picture in assets folder. Okay. Now let's try to write here. I will say that background image URL. What URL you will give here? Assets slash about dot jpg. We'll check it. Let's keep some content inside it to check whether picture is coming or not. Because div is just a container, by this background will not be visible, right? So not available. Wherever you are writing the direct value, it is saying that no, I cannot find it where it is. If you are directly writing here slash about.jpg and check, I am trying to tell you all the ways. It is not providing any error, but picture is not coming. Now try to give the exact path, which is src slash assets slash about.jpg. Means in HTML directly you can write assets slash picture name, and when you are writing in CSS, again it is saying that it's a error. For that, if you're directly writing, it will take from the same folder. It will take, but it will take from the same folder. Which folder? This main folder, because the picture is available in the main folder also. If I'm removing it from here, once you remove the picture, let me delete it. So there is no about picture here, and check. Could not resolve about.jpg because picture is not even available there. Now again we are running into an issue. That's why I was focusing more on this part, that at least learn how to use images in Angular. Because this is a complete PhD here. It's not very easy that write image tag, write src. It's a tough part here, right? It's a tough part. Now let's try to write the URL in this way. What is the base href? Base href is hyphen. Then Hyderabad folder, then public, not public folder, src folder, assets folder, and about.jpg. If you're writing in this way, hold on a minute, guys. Now, if you are writing the exact path, let's check. No image. Now, again, it's a case. That's why I was focusing more on this part, that you should know how to use images in Angular. Oh, it is completely different. You cannot directly write src. You will be getting errors if you don't know the exact path. So as of now, we can solve this problem by writing about.jpg directly, because picture is available in the component itself. But if the picture is not available in components, then what will happen? If I'm saying that my picture is not available in the component, I will keep it in the src folder only. Not going to work. Do one thing, this about.jpg, give it to the public folder. Give it to the public folder also. Okay. Give to public. Who gave this answer in chat box? So Priya, it is not working. Now what we did is, we are saying that let's try the public folder. But how? For that, let's write here slash about.jpg. picture is coming. Because in the base href we have mentioned slash. To the angular.json we have said two things. What we have said to the angular.json, that if you are finding the picture in the assets folder, you have to write slash assets, then picture name. If you are writing it in the CSS file, then you have to write slash and picture should be in the public folder. This is what we are writing there. Okay? Understood? I understood or not? If you are writing image source in the HTML file, you can write in this way. Here we were writing assets slash picture name. If you are using picture in CSS file, for that you need to keep it in the public folder. You can keep the same thing in assets also. I'll teach that later, but as of now, this is the easiest way you can follow. Okay. So we are using this part. Now, this is what we are getting. And we want to get this part. For that, just say this, that background size will be cover. It will cover the size. So image is coming now. Okay. Let's keep the content. What we have about a heading, keep it. Okay. About a heading coming. After that, there is a paragraph. So getting about and then paragraph, adjust it now. For that, simple thing is you can do display flex, align the items in center, and text align center. If you are doing in this way, you will get this. Just change the flex direction to column. And you will get it in this way. This paragraph is actually taking the entire width. Paragraph is taking the entire width. Just say it. If you are saying directly style equals to, you will take only 50% of the width. So done. Inline style you are writing. After that, we have these three cards, 1, 2, and 3. These three. Okay. These three cards we have. So let's build it. For that, I will create a container again and I will give it a class as card. And inside this, I will create three different cards. What I will do, I will create three different cards. And let me give them ID also. ID I will give card 1. This one will be card 2 and this one will be card 3. Let's just give height width and a background color and try to check the responsiveness. Because content we will change later. Let's first write the CSS here. So ID are card 1, card 2 and card 3. So for them, let's write CSS. Card 1, I will write its width, which is let's say 500 pixel. Height I will write as 500 pixel. And background color, let's say red, I will write. Now let's check how it is looking. So this is looking in this way. Fine. No problem is there. It's fine. Let's give the same properties to the card 2 also. And then card 3 also. You have three cards. After this, you will get 1, 2, and 3. You will get in this way. So their parent can display a flex so that they will come in a single row. Who is their parent? Card is the parent. So call that class here and say that display the flex. And after displaying the flex, this is what you will get. So 500 size is actually getting very big here. So instead of giving 500 size in the pixel, just give their width. So what I will do is width colon 30%. You know this how I changed all these three at the same time? No? No or yes? Now let's say you want to change similar thing. This width you want to change to 40%. One basic method is 40, 40, 40 in this way. Or else you can select this. So you will see that these are also getting little bit selected, but not completely selected. So now just press Ctrl D. So next one is selected. Now press Ctrl D. Next one is also selected. Now write what you want. Width colon 30%. It will be writing at three different location with a single type. Fast typing. So when you are writing 30% width, everything is removed. Why? These things I also CSS thing I can understand. So now let me write here 300 pixel. So again, what we will do, it is written in this way, Control D, and I will write 300 pixels so that it can change at the same time. 1, 2, 3. To their container, I will say that align the items to center and justify the content as space between. Means give a space between them. They don't have any space, right? They are supposed to go this way. They are not going. Let me increase the column gap here. So I will say that you have a column gap of 30 pixel. Now they are going while you are giving a column gap, right? While you are giving a column gap, then they are adjusting. Now inline flex, no, it will not work properly. Let's check their responsiveness once, that are they responsive or not. So open the inspection. So this is responsive, this is, and this is what we are getting, which is not at all responsive. If you are using Flex and this type of container you are creating, I already told it solution that you can wrap your Flex. You can wrap your Flex, that my Flex will wrap. While you are writing this part that your Flex will wrap, see, this time two containers are showing here and third one went below. Third went below, and whenever you have more or less space, so all three are coming in a straight line. So increase the row gap also so that they will be properly visible. Row gap of 20 pixel and 1, 2, 3. Now they are maintaining their responsiveness. But why they are not coming in center? We are sending them to the center, right? We are saying that card is displaying flex, aligning the items in center. Yes, they should be going to center, but they are not going. Now let's start writing the content between these cards. We'll adjust it, of course. Inside this card one, what we need to develop, this image, which is I think already available, h.jpeg. You want to write it in HTML file. So where you need to keep assets folder. Let's you try to use it now. Inside this, you will write the image src equals to assets slash h dot jpeg. Just mention the correct extension. You have to close the tag. Now image is coming. Very big image is coming. So try to reduce its width. So just write the width as 300. So while writing the width as 300, you can check it is properly adjusted into the parent container. Properly adjusted. Now what you need to do, you just need to write the so the image is getting properly adjusted. Now what we need to do, we just need to keep the text inside it. So what is the text? It is, there is a heading and then some particular text in this way. So write the heading history and then another heading. So this is coming now. We can adjust it properly. Let me reduce this H3. Now what we want to reduce this H3 tag. Select this H3 tag. This is also getting selected. Just press Ctrl D and write H4, H5, whatever you want. So it will be getting changed at the same time. So it is properly fit inside it. Okay. Now let's change the background color. Red is not the color actually. We just kept it. So what is the color? Let me keep some. Okay, it's fine. We can reduce the width now. We can reduce the width of the, yeah, all of these things are available in the GitHub repo. You can check it. So height, let's try to keep 400. No, 450. Okay, for 450 days, fine now. Now just write all of these three properties to next ones also. Okay, so they are also having the same size now. Start adding their image. Second image is of this location, geography, something like this. Let's go to the folder. Again, I'll keep it in the assets folder. This is G means geography. So in the same thing I will use in the next div also. Format will be same. Image H2, H5. Copy paste it in the second div also. And just image I will change to G dot JPG. And this is what we are getting. But this time picture size is not coming properly, right? Picture size is not coming properly. So try to increase its width this time. So because you are writing width 300, so first you remove it and check how exact width is looking in this way. So reduce its width to 400. For 20. Okay. On 450, it is fine, but not properly. This is the part that you can say. For that, you can do overflow. Hidden. You know overflow? What is overflow? Read it today. That what is overflow? Okay. Read it today. What is overflow? So I will change this to geography. I have already given the repository link. Check. I think Google Classroom I have pasted. Change the content. And next pick that we need to keep is this one, demographics. First column, fifth column. So this is D dot JPG. So try it. See, on 450, it is this much big. So now tell me one thing. This picture is also 450. This guys don't talk. This picture is also 450, but they are coming in different size. Why? Second image is out of the box. I know, that's what I'm saying. We are writing the same width, but why they are not coming in the same size? They should come in the same size when the width is same. And I can understand that you don't know this part also. Let me first change the text and I'll tell you. So this is the demographics part, and today we will close this project. How much is completed till 12:30? You can, because this is the static website, we will be teaching the Angular things from tomorrow itself. Means we will not extend this part too much. You have already given 3-4 days. Now, part is done. But if we are writing the same height width, images should come in the same way. For that, let's try one another thing. Remove the width from here. From here also remove it. And from here also I'll remove the width. Now just write a ID here. ID I will mention as card image. And I will give the same ID to all the three pics. I want to show you something. So let's give a same ID. This the project. You can check that this is not an Angular project actually. This is simple HTML JavaScript project. So it's a simple thing. Now I will write here that width is 300 pixel. To all the three images, I have given width as 300 pixel. Now let's check. 300 pixel, 300 pixel, 300 pixel. Means width is getting adjusted, not the height. So let's adjust the height also. So for both of them, I will give a height of 350 pixel. And this is what you are getting on 350. Let's give them a height of 300 pixel. This time we are getting same size of images in this way, right? Let's give them 250 pixel as height and adjust it. But what was the case? Why couldn't we write there? We can write there also, but that is the perspective size. What is that? Perspective size means related size in the ratio. This is the actual height and width. Now, this is what we have completed. Now let's check its responsiveness. For that, go to inspect. About is coming in center. This is coming, but it is not coming in center. It should also come in center. We are writing the commands. That is also an issue. So here you can check if I am removing these two lines. This is how they will come. Even though we are giving a space between them. If you remove this part, align the items in center, just justifying the content and nothing will work here. Remove this part also. Nothing is working. So do one thing, write align items center. This is the only problem that I feel while working with React and Angular both. That they behave different on some particular day because of the issues available in the code. So if you go to GitHub, and search Angular there and go to the Angular repository and check how many issues are there in this code. 1500 issues are there, and the recent issue is added just 11 hours ago. So this is the problem with open source things. Sometimes they can give you different output for the same code, and it is totally possible. So the best practice is if it is not working properly, so try to run the server again. So previous it is already running. Let me close it. Same means it's not taking those things now. It is not taking that part. This one. Increase then column gap of around 5%, 3%. Row gap of 10 pixel. Percent also sometimes doesn't works. See, this is what you are getting now. So these are the some common problems with these frameworks and libraries because these are the open source things. They will change their source code in any second. What was the version when we started learning Angular? 19.0.5. But now here it is like only 19.0.5. Recent one is going on 19.0.7. 6 and then 7 was there. Even what we are using here is 6 only, I think. How to check Angular version? ng Hyphen. Forgot? Yes. Which version we are using here? 19.0.6. So these are the common issues that you can face. Now what we want is the content should at least come in center. Let's check it. Now content is coming in center. And we didn't change anything in the code. We just run it again. Responsive. This space is coming because of those headings. Because of this part that this space is coming. So you can decrease it. Try to use it. Now the content is coming in center. Let's go more on the screen. So yes, that is fine. That's what we need. Now what I want is when I'm taking the cursor to this particular card on hover, it should do something. For that, let me write. So I will write card 1 colon hover. Card 1 colon hover. How you will do this? You know scale? What is scale? Simple question is if you want to do it like this way, if you are taking cursor, they should pop out. They should pop out. How you will do this? You know scale? I'm asking what is scale? Transition. Which transition we can add? Which is this transition? Okay, let me add some transition here. Which transition you can write? Is out. It is just a transition type that how it will be coming. It is nothing to do with that pop out. Nothing. Scale means increase or decrease the component size. How we will scale it? Yes, how we will scale it? So if you are writing scale 1.2, tell me one thing, have you studied scale or not? Then you will not understand this. If you are writing here transform, in transform I will write scale I will write 1.2 and see. It is coming in this way now. If you are writing here only 1, it's not doing anything. 1 means basic size. 1.1 means 10%. 1.1 means 0.1% you are increasing, so it will increase 10%. It will increase 10, but it is coming very fast. It's a great property. It's very basic property. I am wondering that you don't know this. It's very basic property. What we are doing on hover, we are transforming the component, and what we are transforming scale. Scale means enlarge it by 1.1. 1 is the basic size, 0.1 that you are increasing means 10%. If you are writing here 2, 2 means just double of it. Just double of it. That much we don't want. Even the 1.05 will be enough only. Okay, a little bit is enough only. Now give the same property to card 2 also. Same thing. And to card 3 also. You can group these properties, but see. Now this thing is happening very fast actually. What I want is it should take a little bit time like this. How easily it is going. But here in our case, very fast. Now, how to do this part? Let's say to this card 1, I will give transition delay. I will give transition delay of 2 s 2 second. It happened after 2 second now. And if you're directly writing transition 2 second, it is taking 2 second to come. Let me increase the scale. Here I will write 1.10. To the card, I am saying that you will take 2 seconds to complete the transition. Not immediately. You will take 2 seconds to come out and then slowly, not very fast. For these also we need to give the same property that take the transition to 2 seconds. So give this property to card 2 as well as card 3. Okay. And this is how they will work now. 2 second is the more time. So give 1 second. Just take 1 second. Okay. Millisecond also you can give. So now 1 second they will take to pop out. That's it. That is done. After this, we don't have anything. These are same. They are sliding skew. And then food, you can, you know how to keep this flip box? Uh, Flip box. Like it will display some content on normal. And when you are taking cursor, it will rotate and it will show something else. You know this or not? No? This part, like text will slide from right to left. You know this? You can develop this part. How you will develop this one? That when you are sliding on an image, a text will come in this way. How you will do this? You know these two things or not? No? Majority is saying no only. Okay, no problem. We are here. So just we will take tomorrow's time also and we will explain these two things because these are a little big topic. So it will take time. So we will teach this part, flip box. We call this at flip box. It can show image on normal view and one image on the hover view. This is called the sliding text. Text will slide, right? And the color you can check, background color is transparent here. You can see the previous thing here also. This one also, right? So tomorrow we'll see it and that's it. Tomorrow we will see only these two parts that how we can develop these two. After that, we will start the Angular core only, like what we have to discuss in Angular. Yes, we will use JavaScript for this part. because our Angular is getting behind now. So templates we will start now. Next topic in Angular. Okay. I'll upload this file, how to use images in Angular. How many of you are practicing Angular daily? Very good. Don't talk. See, try to complete the things on time, because again on Sankranti there are going to be long leaves. So classes will be off. Syllabus, I think I have already uploaded. Check the all, it is already uploaded. What is CLI? When I make a small project, I can build. When it's time to combine many things, it won't adjust. If this is your problem, that small things you can build, and when it's a time to combine the parts, you are not able to do. So it is like you are missing something when you are writing the code, or means you are memorizing the code, that you are remembering the commands. You are not seeing how they are working. So these parts, what I did today, this is animation and transition from CSS. Core CSS, not only advanced. This is not even advanced. And if you are using anything or anyone's else code, you are checking. And please don't. We are providing you the repository for your help. But what I feel is it's not correct. You should write the code by your own. Then only you can write it. Otherwise, you will forget these things. So tomorrow we'll teach this part only. Like we are closing this application. Syllabus not uploaded. Array. If you adjust header, main part disturbs width, height and all. So whenever you are building the components, start adjusting from the top only. And it is not like that at first we will develop website, then we will make it responsive. Then it is very difficult. Make it responsive from the starting only. From the starting. How, let's say you want to build a building which is having 3 floors. How you will build it? First you will create the develop the walls for the first floor, then the roof, then second floor, then roof. Will you build 3 floors walls and then first floor roof like that? Oh, it's not at all easy, right? So do the things at the time of development only, like we are doing. Now I will ask one more question. Now this part is coming in this way. Our header is coming properly. Now what you want, I want is when I'm clicking on this icon, it should display that pages. You know this? No? Okay. And it's fine. You need to use JavaScript for that. You have any questions? Syllabus, let me upload it again. On click property. You have any questions, guys? No? These two part we'll see tomorrow that how we can do this. Okay? Okay, now if you don't have any questions, let me ask some. What are decorators? Anyone wants to answer? What are decorators in TypeScript? Anyone you want to, if you want to answer, speak it loudly. Don't group do the group answering here. Who is using Zomato here? Yes. What are decorators? Yes. What are decorators? Don't know. Last, what are decorators? Don't know. Last, it is a method of somewhat correct answer. What are generics? Last, what are generics? You guys are not even learning TypeScript. Okay. We use generics for type safety. How we can increase the type safety by using generics? How we can increase the type safety using generics? Tomorrow is the test then. Because if you are not studying properly, I have to take this. Tomorrow we are having test for TypeScript again. Okay? Prepare it well. MCQ questions will be less. You have to write the coding answer. In generics, we can declare the data type as any. Fine, guys. We'll connect again tomorrow. You can drop the calls and you can leave.